So I toyed around with this list like a while ago. Like I just haven't like, not that I haven't had the courage to take it out and just like play, like try it and give you guys like game footage of this deck. I actually might do that tomorrow because tomorrow I have locals. But I just there's just, I had so many like projects, so many ideas, so many things that I want to try out and test that I really don't have. I don't have the luxury of like having a different tournament to go to every other like night to be able to test out these ideas. I would have I mean, I don't have a social life now, but I wouldn't have a big social life with that. But let's get into it. This is the updated list to my Dragonic Overlord the End. I do think that this deck is a very strong contender. Even I wouldn't put it past tier 2, but even now, like, just because Magnolia and Bastion have been essentially kicked out of the meta, like, you could technically still play Bastion, and you could technically still play Magnolia. Like, there's actually been a grade 3 Magnolia list that I've been theory crafting. Like I said, like, I just have so many ideas that I want to do that I don't have enough time to actually like take them all to tournament. But you're maxing out on copies of your Overlord the End, that's obvious, and then we're just doing the straight Overlord ride line just to get whatever grade 1 you want. Surprisingly, I don't always grab a PG off of bar skill, and then it's gonna come up as to why. But you're maxing out on your Nahalims, and then you're maxing out on your, what's this guy's name again? Your Burning Horn Dragons. For this list, just to be able to search near the end, because it's very crucial that you see at least one of it. And then getting on to the rest of your grade 2s, I'm actually playing 4 copies of Ethan. Now, the reason I'm playing Ethan in this deck, especially in this version of the deck, is that like I said, there's times where I don't actually search a grade 1 PG off of this. Like, if I already have a PG, or I don't have a grade 1 booster for my Vanguard, I'll show you guys that booster as soon as we get to the grade 1s. I'll actually search out that booster. That booster makes me so I can be a 20k column on turn 2, and then I'll put this in the... If I have multiples and if I'm brave enough, I'll swing with these first and then swing with my Vanguard last. But usually I'll just only have one. I'll put it in the back row and then swing with my 20k Vanguard. They're most likely not going to guard it because they could either do a 1 to pass or PG it for a no pass. And then this would actually just get me a draw and a counter charge. And then that's not the only reason why we're playing it. It's good on your turn 3 as well to get the counter charge and draw, because on turn 3 you're just basic Overlord. And it's also good in your turn 4 and 5 in the other stages of the game where your opponent's like not exactly at high damage. Like your opponent is very likely to no guard you at 2 when they're at 2 damage, or no guard you when they're at 3 damage. Because they want to just focus on guarding your second restand. Whereas if you have Ethan, either in the back row or the front row, it doesn't matter. If you have Ethan, then that's just like an added, it's like an added, how do I say, it's like a accoutrement. Whereas they don't want to let your Vanguard hit ever now. That they're just really going to just burn guard to always guard your Vanguard attacks. And then you're really like not that busted up about it because you didn't really like need the counter charge or the draw. It's more of like a nice to have than a need to have. But this is just like such a good pressure card in the deck, especially with the grade 1 booster making like such great numbers with your Vanguard swings. And then going on to your discard fodder for Proliferate Dragons. It's just very good discard, helps you get 5k on whatever unit you want when you discard during the battle phase. And then we're actually playing cards from Festival Collection. We're playing 4 Blaze Monk Kagari. Now, you might not know what this card does. What Kagari does is, when it's discarded, either during your main phase or battle phase, when it's discarded whenever during your turn, you CB1, give your Vanguard 10k till the end of turn. Now, this works very well in tandem with Ethan, that if your opponent just, like, they don't have enough to expend to whereas they can just always guard your Vanguard, and they let it hit, is good, because you'll have that extra counterblast to use with Kagari. Or, in general, the only things I'm really counterblasting for is Burning Horn Dragon and Dragonic Overlord the end. So this deck realistically doesn't counterblast all that much, but I do have a countercharger in case it does get too heavy. So that's just part of your discard package. I'm only running 8 cards to discard. I'm not running the grade 1 when you discard it. It goes to soul anymore. Like I said, I'm just trying to do like different things with this list. I have like different ideas that are going through my head. We're playing 3 copies of Velocihazard Dragon. Now this card, what it does is when it boosts, it gives 2k. And that's all it does. But it's surprisingly a very good card in this deck. Like I said, on your turn 2, you can make a 20k column. On your turn 3, you can make a 23k column. If you Soul Blast with Nahalem, it's a 28k column. So, it just really helps, like, in terms of making your Vanguard, like, way scarier than it normally is. And just this alone, not even thinking about this combination with Ethan because your Vanguard is so huge, just this alone makes your Vanguard swings even more scary than they normally are. So that's why we're playing it at 3 copies. If you do have extra copies in hand, then you now have boosters for your rear guards, which usually you don't have boosters for your rears, but you do have the ability of, you know, putting this, like, let's say if you went first, you could put this behind a Nahalem, now it's a 20k, that's a 25k lane. Or you put this behind a Burning Horn if you went first, that's a, 30k lane. So it's very versatile in what you could use it for. And then 4 DPGs, really not much to talk about there. And then onto the trigger lineup, we are running 4 heals, 4 regular heals, 4 crits, 4 into soul crits, and then 3 draw and 1 over trigger. I'm not running more than 3 draws. Like, I've tried fronts. I think fronts in this deck are really good, but you just need the crits to win. If I'm being realistic, you just really need the crits to win. And have that damage output. So that's why we're maxing out on the critical triggers over just like a 1 more draw trigger. I would say I would just prefer the crit. And then for the heals, we're not running any of the effect heals just because we already have a low enough shield count with your draw triggers over the front triggers. I just don't feel like it's value enough. Like, maybe if Nirvana, like, low-key, which I think it might low-key already be, like, not really, but, like, if Nirvana, like, low-key becomes, like, the best deck, then, like, sure, like, I'll take out 2 and then put 2 of the restand heal, but I don't really feel like it's necessary right now. I do think this deck is a very strong, contender. It can top. It has topped. It's proven that it can top without the new promo where if you discard it, it counts as 2 discards, and then it calls itself to the back row, and then it gets 5k. Like, that card is actually insane. Like, it makes your costs free. It's actually very insane. But that's pretty much it for the profile. I have seen other lists running Ethan, so I'm not gonna shout dog over here and be like, yeah, like, you know, I thought of this. But I haven't really seen anything running a Velocihazard, and I haven't really seen any list running this guy, or at least from the ones that have topped BCS so far. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will be showing you guys more videos, more gameplays, and maybe even a discussion video if that's something you want. Go ahead and tell me in the comments any other videos you think that you would like me to make, and I'll see if I can make it happen, Captain. But yeah, later.